welcome. You expect a video to play instantly on your phone, right? But behind that single tap is this massive, invisible industrial system.
Yeah, a really huge system.
Right. And today, for our deep dive, we are looking at one of its heaviest pieces of machinery, the Vitec AVSTR-O7520 O7520 origin server. And we are using documentation and retail data from HDTV Supply to, pull back the curtain on how video actually gets to your screen.
Which is great because, I mean, the O7520 is definitely not a consumer gadget. This is enterprise-grade hardware built to sit in a rack and basically manage the absolute chaos of network video traffic.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because looking at the specs, I realized why it boasts a massive 4 gigabytes per second bandwidth. It is essentially acting as a digital universal translator for video, right? Like a real-time shipping distribution center.
Yeah, that is a great analogy. What's fascinating here is it takes in these massive freight crates of data.
Oh, like what the documentation calls a multicast.
Exactly. A one-to-many broadcast, like a single TV channel distributed across an entire campus. And then it repacks them into individual delivery boxes for mobile devices, which is a unicast or a one-to-one stream.
And doing that repacking on the fly must take immense computational power, right? Like, it is not just forwarding a file.
No, not at all. The server, especially when you pair it with its companion piece, the T5620 transcoder, is physically tearing down the video data. It rebuilds it into entirely different formats in milliseconds just to prevent buffering.
Oh, wow. Which totally explains the alphabet soup of protocols in the manual.
Yeah, there are a ton of them.
Right, so it handles HLS, which is HTTP live streaming, the modern standard for getting video to your iPhone. But it does that alongside older network streams like RTSP.
Yeah, it is ensuring that whether you're watching on a brand new tablet or an older desktop, the video just simply plays. It is all about pushing flexibility to the absolute limit. You take a rigid, heavy video feed and make it universally accessible across any IP network.
But, here is where I get tripped up by the hardware itself.
Oh, really? How so?
But you have all this massive processing power for modern web streaming, supported by 4 high-speed RJ45 network ports.
Right, for those heavy data loads.
Yeah, but right next to those modern internet connections on the back panel, there is a VGA port and a 9-pin serial connection. I mean, I haven't seen a 9-pin serial port since the late 90s. So what does this all actually mean?
So that combination of bleeding-edge bandwidth and ancient physical ports points directly to the reality of the environments using this gear. If you look at HDTV Supply's customer base, they have been outfitting federal government facilities and massive sports bar setups for 25 years.
Oh, meaning those environments are not tearing out their walls to pull new wiring every time a new video standard comes out.
Exactly. There are layered multi-generational systems. You have to be able to command a brand new 4K video matrix and talk to a 10-year-old wall-mounted control panel simultaneously.
Wow, at the exact same time.
Yes. In the Pro AV world, legacy compatibility is not some quirky design flaw. It is a hard requirement to keep these massive installations functioning without replacing millions of dollars of existing infrastructure.
That absolute necessity for hardware to just work across decades of layered tech actually explains a lot about the people buying and selling this gear.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, I was reading the customer reviews for this hardware on HDTV Supply. You have your standard glowing reviews about good pricing from users like Steve J., but then you hit a brutally honest 3-star review from a guy named John M.
Oh, wow. What did John M. have to say?
His entire review was just, the staff was less than friendly, but answered my question.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
That perfectly encapsulates the culture of the Pro AV industry.
Right, like precision over pleasantries.
Exactly. When a technician is stressed out, trying to get a complex video matrix to handshake with a Vitec origin server 10 minutes before a massive live broadcast, pleasantries just go out the window.
Yeah, you do not need a smile. You need the correct baud rate for your serial port.
Precision and results are the only currency that matters in that environment. The technically correct answer is infinitely more valuable than small talk.
So what does this all mean for your listening? The seamless video delivery we take for granted every day does not happen by magic.
No, it relies entirely on robust, highly adaptable back-end hardware that constantly bridges the gap between massive, legacy physical infrastructure and modern mobile devices.
It is the heavy lifting that makes the digital age feel weightless. So the next time you effortlessly load a video on your phone, ask yourself how many unseen servers and technically brilliant but completely unsmiling engineers were required behind the scenes to make that single click possible.